paper towels. My paper towels. Thank you. Okay. Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a little chemistry by making a puking pumpkin. So what you're going to need for this is about a half cup of hydrogen peroxide, and you're going to use 3% concentration like you find at the grocery store. You'll need some dish soap, some food coloring, a couple packets of yeast, probably only one. You'll need some warm water, and the temperature matters for this because yeast is very delicate. Too hot, it'll die. Too cool, it won't do anything. So you want it around 105 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Just a little bit warmer than your body temperature. You will need a smallish cup, a measuring cup, and some measuring spoons. The most important part, a carved jack-o'-lantern, preferably with a really nauseated expression on his face. So the first thing that we are going to do, you'll have to forgive my notes over here. I want to make sure I don't miss a step because this is fun. First thing we're going to do is pour a half cup of peroxide into the cup, and I don't think that these cups are going to fit that. So, I'll just use the measuring cup. I'll use this tiny cup. Let's see, add a squirt of dish soap. Then you're going to swirl it around gently, just to mix the two. And you can add a little bit of food coloring at this step. I think I just mixed up the words step and stage. Tried to say them both at the same time. I'm just so excited. That is so blue. I love it. Okay, in a measuring cup, mix a tablespoon of yeast and 3 tablespoons of warm water. And I have somewhat more than 3 tablespoons here, but you'll find out why it's this color in a minute. Now, I personally like to put a little sugar in my yeast water because that helps the yeast activate. It gives it some food. It makes it happy. So I'm just using Fleischmann's Active Dry Yeast. You can get this at H-E-B, you can get it at Walmart. And this is about a tablespoon, I believe. Yeah, it's 2 1/4 teaspoons, which is almost a whole tablespoon. And you are going to gently mix that. Right? Yeah. For about 30 seconds to a minute. If it starts to foam a little bit, that's great. That means that's the yeast waking up and starting to move around and do stuff. And I'm just going to put it in this larger cup because I feel as though I am about to make a mess, and not a good kind of mess. Okay. Yeast bowl. Okay. So, next step is you're going to put your peroxide mixture inside the pumpkin. And then we are going to, yes, this is far too large. I cannot fit that inside the pumpkin. So this will have to work. Pour your yeast mixture in and then put the lid back on. Come on, you can do it. Come on, yeast. That was anticlimactic. There we go. This worked much better when I did it yesterday. Ew, it's like he's throwing up. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about the chemical reaction here. First off, you probably already know what a molecule is. It's a group of atoms connected by a chemical bond. They're bonded together. Atoms are very, very, very tiny particles of matter. They make up molecules, which are basically what things are made of. Hydrogen peroxide is a liquid that's made of hydrogen and oxygen atoms. And it's two hydrogen-oxygen sort of molecules, mini molecules, I guess. And the two oxygen molecules are bonded very, very weakly. So it's H2O2 as the chemical formula. Basically what it is water with an extra oxygen atom. Yes, an extra oxygen atom attached to it. The reason it's in this weird dark brown bottle is that because that oxygen-oxygen bond is so weak, it's very unstable. So if it's exposed to light, it will turn to water. That also means that in your cabinet at home, this stuff is only good for about 6 months after you open it. After that, it's basically just water. Yeah, and that's because the molecules break down even in the dark. So what results when we add yeast is an exothermic chemical reaction. That's a chemical reaction that produces heat. And the reason we get this reaction is because yeast contains a chemical that acts as a catalyst to start the breakdown of those hydrogen peroxide molecules into into H2O and O2, which is an oxygen molecule, an oxygen gas molecule. Those extra oxygens have to go somewhere, right? So they make a gas. And since we put dish soap in the peroxide, the dish soap bubbles trap the gas and it creates this wonderfully messy foam, which I love. It's so much fun. Yeah. Okay, so here's the bonus fun part. I'll be right back. You see it glowing? Now the reason that's happening is because when I made the yeast in the water I used was highlighter water, which is very easy to make at home. What you're gonna do is, first of all, ask a grown-up for help and permission. That's very important. You need a pair of pliers to pull out the back of the highlighter. And inside of that highlighter, you're gonna find a little felt barrel. Pull that out, drop it in some water, a small cup or a bottle like I have here. That's that barrel in there right now. You're also going to take the top off and pull out the nib, the tip of the highlighter marker. Let it sit for about an hour, just to get a real good concentration. And after that, you can use it to make glowing pumpkin puke or even paint with it. As long as you have a black light, which is also called a UVA light. It emits long wave ultraviolet light. That'll make the fluorescent chemicals in there glow, which is so much fun. So as usual, this is just a demonstration. If you want to make this an experiment, a true experiment, you need what? Yes, variables. So you can try using different kinds of yeast, like you can use Fleischmann's Rapid Rise, any other kind of yeast you can find, differing amounts of water, dish soap, and peroxide. You can use different sizes of containers. Probably the bigger containers you use, the bigger reaction you're gonna get. That's a hypothesis. Go and test it. I hope you have as much fun doing this at home safely and not too messily, sorry parents, as I did here. Happy Halloween!